So welcome back to class. Today on the, I guess this has turned into how to build an indestructible business using biblical principles. Um, I guess this kind of turned into that because as I was giving y'all game inside the community, inside the cartel, I began to realize that I was shortening you by not telling you where my source of information came from. What's going on, Dupree? Where my source of information came from. So for everybody that's on Instagram and YouTube, I'm just going to tell you now, I am talking and teaching to my live community, the Family Banking Cartel. So if you're not a part of the Family Banking Cartel, you absolutely losing out because that's the only community that we answer questions and we vibe with them and we deal with their specific problems and needs. So if you want to be a part of a community, accountability community, a community that's going to give you coaching and teaching and training every day. Like I think over the past week or two, we've been teaching every morning and every evening for like $9.99 a month. So that's absolutely crazy. I don't know any community that's really doing that. I'm still trying to figure out how we doing it, but it's okay. It's, the Lord hath said grace. So we're gonna figure that out. All right, so we're gonna be talking about biblical principles, and for a very long time, y'all. I used to kind of stray away from kind of, letting people know where I got certain information from because a lot of people reject information when they feel like the information is coming from a place that they don't accept. But one thing that you can't deny are my results. One thing that you can't deny are the things that I've been able to accomplish with me and my team from these principles. And whether you like where the source came from, I don't care no more because you're going to get what you got. And that's all I got. So I'm going to be talking about these biblical principles and how I study the Bible as a business book more than I did as a religious book. And so today's session, we're going to be talking about, how I learned how to be a master salesman from the life of Jesus' business, his work. We're going to look at the number one seller of all time, which is this man or character, however you deem to fit. I'm not in the business of getting you to decide whether you believe in it or not. However, we do have to address the fact that whether you believe in him or not, you still talk about it and debate about it. So whether you believe about the brother or not, most of us have still had some type of conversation about this mythical or realistic being of a person, and it's important to understand. So taking the principles of what he's done and how I became a master seller, actually learning how to put the information in. So Cartel Cousins, it seems like we're ready. Y'all got y'all notepad and pen? Y'all got y'all notepad and pen ready and active to go? Come on, brother. Is that it? Come on, let me. See, I know y'all got that going, and took it out of here. Hold on, y'all. This end is the source. Now, what type of cord is this?
It's probably the 100-foot one you cared about.
Oh, okay. Let me see that. Let me see that one.
100-foot cord.
100 foot, and this one is TV end. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Y'all, I got the board for y'all. I wanted to bring the board because I really wanted y'all to see what I was actually spitting and putting out. So we finna see if this thing actually connect real quick. We're gonna see if it connect. As y'all can tell, this is a live class, and I be doing live things. So if it ain't commercialized like you want, sucks for you. It sucks to be you. No, oh yeah, this one right here, this one don't work with the black magic. Yeah, that one don't work with the black magic because it's not a high def one like that. That's my fault. I left it at home. They'll be able to pick up what I put down. So, no ma'am, I'm teaching. Huh?
Like 6 feet.
No, cause I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to be doing. Go on that side. We gotta make it work for the people. You got it. Go to the first one, which is out, which is going out.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna make this thing work today for y'all, cause y'all got to see the board. Y'all got to. So I'm gonna be uncomfortable right here to make sure that y'all got the board. See, y'all see every little thing that we do, so y'all can see that the board. Appreciate that, Mogul. Don't forget to come in here and get some B-roll or third, whatever y'all call it. All right, so we got the board up and running, y'all, and we popping. Y'all see that board? Do y'all see that board? Y'all see all that extra effort I went? All right, so look, those of y'all that are on Instagram, you missing the board. If you're on my YouTube, you can see the board. If you're in the cartel, you can see the board. But on Instagram, I ain't moving the screen, so you gonna have to deal with what you got. All right, so boom, boy, we back in action. Cousin Jake got the board again. All right, so look, so today I want to talk about a couple of things that's going to be very important, especially when it comes to learning how to sell, if you will, or learning how to put yourself in the best position to win. And whether you believe in Jesus or not, that is not up for me or up to me to decide. However, my goal is to teach you the principles that I learned that kind of taught me how I could actually put myself in a position to win over the long term. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the sales model of Jesus. Put that in the title. Put that in the title. I know some of y'all don't even like writing the word down. You can write Yahshua, whatever you decide. I care not. Just put the sales model of Jesus, because I want to make sure that we understand. So, and the sales model of Jesus is the CEC method. It is called the CEC method. Okay, it is the CEC method, and I think it's very, very, very important that we all follow the flow of what that looks like and what that entails on your chart. So when you write it down on the board, family, I want you to write like a triangle. So we're gonna make a triangle, right? We're gonna do a triangle, and it's gonna look like this, right? And you're gonna write C E C, just like that. Okay, you're gonna write CEC just like that. Can y'all see what I put right there on the board? So typically, what I'll explain in detail. I'm just gonna make sure that you got it. So the C at the top is connect. So when you make a triangle, right? When you make that triangle, the C that's at the top is connect. Okay. So when you make the triangle, the C that's at the top is connect. Okay. E is for educate. Connect, educate, and the last C is close. Connect, educate, and close. So when you look at that diamond, right? You look at that diamond, the top is connect, the right bottom of the triangle is educate, and the left bottom of the triangle is close. Y'all got that written down? So connect, educate, and close. That's the CEC method. This is Jesus' sales model that he used that still affects us today. Okay? And when it comes to that flow, A lot of us think that when it comes to business, right? Success, relationships, whatever have you, right? We think that this is the connection. We believe it's like this. This is the person that you want to buy something from you. This is the person that wants to sell. And we think that it's like that. How many of us thought that the relationship is like that? Side by side, you give them something, they bring you value, and that's kind of how it is. Well, that's not exactly the most effective way to anchor somebody in. This right here is transactional. This right here is relational. Which one you think lasts longer? The transactional exchange or the relational exchange when you're trying to communicate with a customer or a client? Which one do y'all think lasts longer? The relational exchange, right? So if you talk about the relational exchange, you got to find a way to lock that customer in where they feel like what you offer is home. So when you think about the CEC method, think about building a home for them where they actually want to stay and have relations with your product, service, or system. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down, King Ashley Ann style. So think about it. When you make it transactional, they can always leave and go somewhere else. But if they're in a house, it's hard to leave a house. You got feelings there, emotions there. You know, like Luther said, a chair is still a chair, even when no one is sitting there. But a room is not a house. Y'all too young to know about Luther, okay? So, when we're talking about building this relationship with this customer that we're trying to build, and the most important thing for us to realize is that you want to build the house. If you don't build the house, there will be areas of your structure that will leave an opening for them to leave the relationship. For an example, if we were to create this triangle right here, we were to say the CEC method. If you were to not do any one thing on any of the other side, you will leave an opportunity for that customer to leave from your establishment. So what you want to do is be able to close in that gap. So it's harder for them to leave and it's harder for them not to accept your offer. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? I'm going to break it down in a second, but I wanted y'all to see the concept of the method before I went into the why. So you know what to do. The very first layer of understanding or learning is what to do. The second layer of learning is how to do it. The third layer of learning is why to do it. And the fourth layer of learning is mastering the to-do. So the first layer is what to do. Jake, how do I do it? What's it called? CEC method. Okay, so I know what to do. Now, how do I do it? I'm going to teach you how to do it. Then I'm going to show you the why to do it. And then it's up to you to master what you learned and master the to-do. That's the 4 layers of knowledge and practice of that knowledge so that you can master that information. Okay? 4 layers that you got to understand. And that's typically remember we talked about yesterday that education model. So when you're looking at the education model that Jesus ran when it came to how he ran his sales business, those are the 4 layers that he went through. He told them what they needed to have done. He told them how to get it done. He told them why it was important that they needed to get done. Then he gave them the tools that allowed them to go and master it. And that's what anchored in this religion or concept or construct of what we consider Christianity today, which is not really what he created. Other people created, okay? So if you do not understand this, you're going to miss it out. Okay, so now let's talk about the first C. Let's talk about the connectivity. The connectivity was absolutely important, especially when it came to the life of Jesus. Because notice, if anybody understands, and even if you don't, I'm gonna give you a little lesson about this guy named Jesus. Right? He liked to hang out where people hung out. He liked to be where people were. Why? Because it was easier for him to connect to people if he came where they were comfortable. It was easier for him to connect to people if he went where people were comfortable. Imagine this, right? Most of us have never left America. Some of us have never traveled outside of our state other than one or two states that you're comfortable with. Most of us have never traveled, or some of us, if you're in New York, you never even left your borough. Why? Because you're comfortable where you are. You have routine where you are. You have relationships where you are. You have friendships where you are. So it's harder to take somebody that's anchored in that much away from their space or away from their thinking. So in order to get somebody to leave their environment, you must first come to their environment and then build a relationship that will beckon them to come with you, whatever offer or whatever endeavor that you have. Are y'all understanding that? Taylor, you okay? Hey, if you're going to be choking on popcorn, you need to go into another room. Drink some water. That'll help you out. So, one of the situations, to give you an exact example, it was the book of Luke, chapter 5, verse 3 and 5. Y'all can write it down if you want to, but it was the book of Luke, chapter 5, verse 3 through 5. And this is when Jesus first connected with a guy named Simon. Simon was a fisherman. So Jesus met Simon where he was. Right? He met Simon where he was. And then he didn't talk to him from the land. He got on a boat with him and went out to sea with him. Why? Because it was easier to connect to people where they naturally want to be. Now, why is this important? Because when it comes to your marketing skills and business, you got to go where people are, not where you want to be. And this is where a lot of us lose in business. Man, I don't really want to do that social media stuff, man. That ain't really for me. Everybody be on the internet too much. We gotta connect and get off grid. Like, I like face to face. That's an excuse that a lot of us use because we don't want to master a new skill. Why? Because comfortability breeds conformity. Conformity brings to death because you don't want to grow. So because you don't want to learn social media, you can't connect to people where they are. Where are the majority of people hanging out at least 1 to 5 hours a day? Where are they spending their time? Can somebody put it in the chat? Where are they spending their time? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Let's just say social media in general. And every audience has a different focus point or a different type of mentality. So for your business not to be online, or for you to act as if you don't need to be online in order to grow, scale, and connect with people, you're already losing in the game. It's called the watering hole effect. It's called the watering hole. What's the watering hole? The watering hole is, if I'm a hunter, why would I wait until they all by themselves? And I'm going to hunt where they always going to go. I'm going to hunt where the water is. So if you are a lion, why would you hunt where the water is? Can anybody tell me? If you were a lion, why would you hunt where the water is? Everyone drinks it. All the animals got to get some water at some point. So why would I make it hard for myself? And I can make it easier on me. Not that killing an animal would be easier for the lion, but at least my chances of winning would increase if I learn how to master being in the place that they're already going to be. So guess what? When it comes to building your business, where are people? Social media. So you got to connect with people where they are. Some people don't like dancing. Some people like TikTok dancing. Some people like certain things on social media versus other things in social media. So when it comes to the success of your business, or it comes to this, thanks to Victoria, when it comes to the success of your growth, you got to decide what type of animal or target are you looking to focus on, and what would they mainly probably be looking at. That's the connectivity. So if I wanted, for an example, when you're connecting, you are not chastising people. So say for an example, I see a lot of people that are in nutrition, right? And the first way that they come in, they think they're going to attract people is by telling them how dumb they are for having bad health. What type of rapport does that build? What type of relationship does that build? Yes, some people may purchase from you, but guess what, y'all? Guess what? They bought from you out of fear. And typically people that purchase out of fear don't last too long. Because fear is an emotion. So if there was not logic anchored in that decision, they won't last long on your product anyway. So when you're connecting, your job is not to condone. When you're connecting, your job is not to chastise. When you're connecting, your job is to embrace them and let them know that they were taken advantage of, and to create a enemy that y'all both can hate. Write that down. When you're connecting, the job is to find a consistent and the same enemy. How can you galvanize people that don't know each other to all get on one page? Y'all got the same enemy. How can enemies, decide to work together? Y'all got a bigger enemy. That's why you hear stories about gang members that go to jail. And they get in jail, shit, they forget. It ain't about Bloods and Crips and all that no more. From what I heard, it's about, are you from my city? I bet. So we got to stick together. Outside, we can be ops. But in here, we got bigger fish to fry than to be beefing with us. Y'all make sense? Does that make sense? So when I first got onto the internet, and this was actually taught to me by Brother Ben X. When you get on the internet, the job is to get people to feel a certain way, but not against you, but feel a certain way like, damn, I was taken advantage of too. So when I came onto the scene, notice a lot of people in my industry at the time was insurance. And the very first thing that they do is be like, ain't y'all tired of the GoFundMes? Don't hit me up if you a GoFundMe person. Don't da-da-da. And they literally are chastised. Ain't nobody gonna want to come purchase no policy from you if you making them feel dumb about their current position because of their lack of information or lack of knowledge. You start off by saying, hey, don't talk to me if you ain't got no policy. What? They don't even know what a policy is, what the focus of it is, the value of it. You dumb if you got your money in the bank. That ain't no way to build no relationship. So when I came on the scene, if y'all know when I came on the scene and how we were able to see exponential growth with the brand of Tayler Jacobs, because it was more than just me that built that brand. We came onto the scene by saying, it ain't y'all fault. The man has taken advantage of you. The government has taken advantage of you. These banks don't mean right by you. So it's not your fault that you don't know. Then they're like, yeah, it's not my fault. Yeah, it ain't my fault. You right. Yeah, F them banks, Jake. They the reason why I'm broke. See, I can't come in trying to hold them accountable first. I got to come in and create an enemy as why they're in a position. And then when they're on my side, we can connect. I can slowly begin to change their mindset on connectivity. Taylor, get it together, baby. So it went from, yeah, Jake, F the bank, to, dang, man, I didn't read that. That's on me. Dang, I do got bad habits. That's on me. Y'all see that? I didn't start off doing that. Ben says all the time, he says, you never condemn a dirty glass, you just put a clean one next to it. The dirty glass gonna say, damn, like, shit, I want to be clean too. Like, you know, like, we on the same table. Like, shoot, how can I be clean? So I noticed that. So when I started talking about banking, y'all, guess what I did? Guess what I did? Here's what I did. I started teaching them what I did with my policies. What businesses I was able to start. I started teaching them the function of it and what it feels like to not be taken advantage of by the bank. So I created an equal enemy. Then I showed them how to eliminate the enemy by the execution of what I did. And by default, guess what the world start doing? Jake, can you teach me more of that? Jake, can you show me the plan? Jake, can you show me the way? Can you execute like that? That's the exact same thing that Jesus did. He said, hey, bro, listen, I want to connect with you. See, I ain't here to judge you. I'm here to tell you that the Sadducees and the Pharisees, it's they fault the reason why we in the condition that we in. But guess what? I know how to get us out of it. Y'all remember the 4 layers of learning? What to do, how to do, why to do, and mastering the to-do. Put that in the chat. What to do, how to do, why to do, and mastering to do. So the what to do is like, bro, the reason that's why you in this situation. That what? Yeah, that's the enemy right there. That is what's stopping you from getting ahead. The education system is what's stopping you from getting ahead. Then they're like, damn, you right. The education system I ain't learned nothing in college. You right. Man, that's the what. The what is what's stopping you. Then the next question is, well, Jake, I know what's stopping me, so how can I get over what's stopping me? Y'all see the flow of that? So that's why the CEC method is still an education model. When you're talking about selling more products and services, trying to get yourself to the next level, you got to realize the reason why a lot of y'all don't like sales is because quite naturally, it doesn't feel right. Why don't it feel right? You feel sleazy. You feel dirty. You feel like, damn, I got to learn all these tricks and tips in order just to get somebody to buy something from me. So your natural nature is rejecting it. Because quite naturally, it makes sense to educate. So if I told you don't sell, educate, a lot of y'all would be like, okay, cool, I'm cool with that. Teach me how to educate in a way that's going to get the consumer to want to buy from me. So connectivity is absolutely important. So if you're getting on your social media and you're not connecting, you're missing it. Let's take DG as a case study. How did he connect? He was teaching his daughter, y'all remember Derica? He was teaching his daughter how to handle the guns and how to protect herself. It connected with other people like, damn, if his daughter, my family need to do that. Then once you build the connectivity, you don't worry about the people that don't connect with what you're talking about. You only deal with the people that are willing to connect with you. So if they gonna talk shit online, that just means they don't connect. To let them talk shit. Y'all get emotional. We all talk shit at some form or fashion of our life. You didn't talk mess about somebody at some point, whether it was on the court, off the football field, it was somebody, whatever it is. We all felt away. Especially when you don't agree with something. That's fine. Your only job is to be able to educate, connect, and close the people that you can connect with first. Give me some fives if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So, some of y'all that grew up in the church, y'all heard, man, Jesus went to the people. He touched the people. So when I looked at that, I was like, oh, I got to get out. My business can't grow if I don't connect. Watch this. And my business can't grow if I think that I'm above the people I'm trying to serve. Now, you can have the right to feel better because you've done the work. But what I mean by above, see, when I first started in business, y'all, I was using big old words. And I'm like, and I ran into an old school fella. He said, why you using all them big ass words? He say, we barely know the simple words. So you expect me to be your client using, I don't trust nobody that can't simplify the words. You know I don't know these words. Break it down to me so I understand. And then it hit me. Jesus did the same thing. You remember I talked to y'all the other day, the other day on the series talking about teaching in stories, teaching in with parables, getting connectivity, educating in that way. Oh, it makes sense. That's how he sold. He connected with them, but he used analogies and stories that fit them. For an example, if you were selling to somebody who's a trucker and all they know Dupree is trucking, you can't break down information to them about giving them examples of computers. So even though y'all may be vibing, the connectivity was still going to be off because y'all not on the same channel. And you as a product pusher of your product or someone else's, building your business, you got to have an in-depth understanding of how to communicate and connect with all types of people. And that's why a lot of black businesses only stay with black people. See, you're supposed to be black owned, not only. See, I want my bank account to be biracial. I want it to be mixed with all types of races. You look at my bank account, it's mixed Puerto Rican, Hispanic, white. I want black in there. I want some Dominican Republic. I want some Venezuelan. I want a biracial bank account. So you got to figure out how to get out your comfort zone to learn how to connect with people that are not in your demographic, that are not in your space. And let's just stay black. All black people ain't the same. So in your analogies, in your lessons, in your conversation, if all you connecting is using rap analogies, you're going to miss me because I only know a couple of rap songs. Other than that, I don't really, you're going to miss me and I may be your perfect customer. I may need your product, but there's no connectivity there because all you talking about is young what's the rapper name? A young something.
Young Thug.
Like a young thugger. Y'all talking about young thug. So you talking about that a lot. You may miss me. But because I'm a salesperson, I'll go to my lounge that we own in Dallas. That's a nice little plug just in case I want to come to Dallas. Go to Eskina because we do own a lounge and we like that. I'll go to a lounge just so that I can hear the music, see how people rocking, see the conversation and the lingo that they making, so that when I create my content, I can hit that demographic too. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And clearly I was joking, y'all. Kodak Black, Young Thug, y'all. I was clearly making a joke, acting like I didn't know. But the point that I am making is, if you don't get out, how can you connect with the people that you want to buy your product? And if you're not gonna get out in these streets, you gotta be on the internet. You gotta be watching YouTube. You gotta be scouring Instagram. You gotta be learning how to connect to communicate, or you're only gonna get one type of person or one group of people. So that's why on one side, I got a business partner who's a Muslim. On the other side, I got a business partner that don't believe in God. But equally, guess what, y'all? I can connect with both. I can communicate with both effectively. And we can still get the mission and the job done. Somebody said, isn't having a target audience important? Yeah. But unfortunately, in our community, especially as black business owners, we just say our target audience is black people. How do you connect with an Indian that likes the same things that the black person does? They just need a different way for you to give them some understanding. How do you connect with a Hispanic or a white person that vibes the same way that you vibe, listen to the same music, but you got to give them a different type of analogy or a different type of story or a different type of breakdown that's going to get them to understand. In your niche, a lot of people don't even understand a niche. They say find a niche, but in the niche, there are different varieties in the same niche. So you may say, I want to target, let's just say African American athletes that are African American women that are trying to lose weight. Well, there's all types. You got mothers and you got single women. And the mothers and the single women, they all got different things that they like. Some like soul. Some like listening only to wind chimes. Some like meditation. Some hate meditation. Some love God. Some hate God. Y'all see this? So even when we talk about niching, you still got to learn how to communicate in a variety of different ways. That's why if I'm talking some scripture stuff, I'm going to still cuss. I'm going to still be me. Why? Because somebody going to be like, oh, I can identify with that. Like, you know, like I don't read the Bible like that, but Jake real and I get what he putting down. And so I'm going to just take the information because I rock with him. Y'all see that? Okay, I can vibe with that. Then y'all see my junior. Y'all see my daughter walking around. Y'all say, okay, I can vibe with that. He got children at his office. Y'all see that? So there's a bunch of connecting points that I know are important. That's why that connection is absolutely key. Verse number 5, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Verse number 5. And let me tell y'all something. And let me tell y'all something. A lot of people can read fake connection. They can read it. You can learn all the persuasion you want to get somebody to buy because they're emotionally weak. But the moment they think about their purchase, they gonna want to get out. Cause there was no real connection. They know that you just sold them something, and there ain't no real connection there. You may say, Jake, I don't really need this in business, do I? Yes. Look at all the great business models. Even if the CEO or the founder is an asshole, how did they become great? They know how to connect that product with them people. And if they can't be the one connecting, they gonna hire somebody that's great at connecting. Hey, go talk to these group of people. Okay, look, I can't penetrate that demographic, so let me go connect with this person, show him the opportunity, and then boom. And then he gonna go connect with his people, and then we gonna boom, boom, boom. That's what micro-influencing is, y'all. It's connecting with somebody who's connected. So let's talk about the E. After the connection, comes the education. This is the flow. Don't go from connect to close. You're not gonna. That's the transactional way of doing business. Connect to close. So if you go connect to close, that's no different than a transactional relationship. There's no trust built there. So even if you connect to close, Marvin, you in the insurance industry, so you know. You may connect to close, but guess what? You on pins and needles for the next 9 months because there was no education process, and you scared you gonna get a charge back. You scared they're gonna ask for their money back because they were not fully educated on it because you were taught quick sale, quick sale, quick sale. And in my industry that I came from, we got a 9-month advance. So when you sold a $100 product, let's just say you can get $900 from selling a $100 product. But if they don't pay their payment, you get a charge back on the full amount. So when you made that sale, that commission was good the next day, but you was on pins and needles for 9 months. Scared to death that chargeback was going to bite that butt. Junior, hey, you are a god. You do not eat like an animal. I don't ever want to see you put your face in that plate like that again, okay? Okay? Go wash your face, pick your head up, and clean that up. So when we come to that, right? We cannot go from, you can't go from connect to close. You lose everything. You have to go from connect to educate. You have to go from connect to educate. Now, I know what a lot of y'all may be thinking. Damn, how long is that education process, though? Like, cause, I mean, let's be honest. In business, you got to get a transaction. And let me tell you something. The better you are at educating somebody in the quickest fashion where they got full understanding, the quicker you are to getting people to have realization and comprehension and understanding. The better you get at making that thing happen quickly, the quicker you are to get your sales cycle to the other side. So for an example, when I first started this process, the education process, it used to take me like 5 appointments to get a solid close. And let me tell you something. I'm glad you said that, House of Milligan. Pitching and educating are two different things. A lot of us been taught how to pitch. A pitch is supposed to pique interest. Not supposed to be headed. You're not supposed to pitch to close. You pitch to pique interest. Then you educate. Can I break it down to y'all to give y'all some clear understanding? I'm going to make it relational. Fellas. Or ladies. Pitching to close is like, hey, you go to a bar, right? You say, hey, what's up, baby? What you drinking today? She going to look at you crazy. Say, listen, let me tell you something. I don't bite. Listen, I don't bite. I just want to get you a drink. She going to look at you crazy. Say, okay, it looks like you drinking this. I'm going to get it. You going to walk away. That's a pitch. If she drink the drink, she rock with it. If she reject it, it's not. That's a pitch. Now, if the pitch turn into a close on the first night, how much respect do you have for that woman? Fellas, be honest. I mean, let's be honest. Good job, baby. Let's be honest. Oh, we don't want to be honest today? I know some of y'all be like, all right, man, I'm just like that. If I like, okay, that's fine. But that respect kind of go down. They can be cool people. But in your mind, you thinking like, how many times you play this game? Somebody buy you a drink, got a nice little tongue on them, you can spit a little game. And I'm at the crib the first night. So the tone is set. Oh, it's just fun. Like, don't expect no relationship out of me. Don't expect me to stay. It's just fun. That's the same thing in business. Hold on 1 second, y'all. So everybody that's on Instagram right now, the Instagram, there's only 1 minute and 40 seconds left. There's two ways you can go. You can head to my YouTube, Tayler Jacobs, subscribe, watch the video live, or you can join the cartel. At $9 a month, you get access to all the information. So until then, I'll see y'all later. Peace. All right, boom. Get them up out of there. Get them up out of there. So, it's just going to be a little fun. No judgment. We can have fun, but you can't expect for there to be anything more from me. Because we went from pitch, a little connection, to a quick connection, to a quick pitch, to a hard close. So now when somebody start catching feel like, hey, Brody, like, Weekend Lover. No, y'all know that song, Weekend Lover? Yeah, I'm like a jukebox, y'all. I can literally teach lessons with straight music. So, with that being said, it's the same way. It's the same way. So when it comes to your business, if you want them to stay locked into you, what you think you got to do? You got to educate, connect and educate first. Spend a little time, get some understanding, get some know-how. Get some know-how to you. And the faster you can get them to understand, get comprehension, and be fully aware of the value of that purchase or the value of what you're offering, the easier it is to get them to lock in and stay committed to you. For an example, so the lady, I'm just using the lady and male as an example because I know it can go both ways. I'm not into that. I'm into the point. So for the lady, she may say, hey, we've been kicking it, for a while, and I was just thinking, when we gonna be, just exclusive between us, like you ain't got no more customers, i.e. women. You ain't going around, shopping my thing away, cause that's my thing. That brother gonna be like, listen, baby, how I came in is how I go. No, a lot of fellas be lying. If you just tell the truth, you be all right. But how I came in is how I go. You know, I came in quick. I got to leave quick. So she wants something different because she like, yo, like I've been giving you my service and you've been giving me, I want full commitment. That's the same thing like in business. You want that client to fully commit. You want them to go all in. You want them to stay with you for the most part. You want them to leave all the other services, platforms, products, agents, customers, clients, whatever. You want them to leave them. But because you didn't spend no time then educating and get some understanding in the beginning, now you got to work hard on the back end to get them to see you differently. That's too much work. That's too much work. So what you got to do? You got to connect to educate. You got to connect to educate. Because in that connection, you can kind of see how they learning, how they put, what they picking up, what they putting down. So when you educating, you got some clear understanding who you rocking with. I can't break information down. Who can I use for an example? Put this in the trash, Junior. I can't break information down the same with one of my clients who's a multi-millionaire, the same with a client that's trying to get out of poverty. Y'all see the difference? I got a client who's a multi-millionaire and a client that's trying to get out of poverty. Even though the product is the same, the way we connect and the way I educate are two total different ways. That's why that right side of the triangle is critical. So you'll get sales all day doing this, but you're not building a reputation. You're not really building trust, and it's extremely transactional. Think about the difference of you walking in Target and Walmart. It's a total different experience. Now, when it comes to that education piece, instead of showing the customer everything that your company does, it's overwhelming them with information. They don't necessarily need that. So like a lot of us, we got our products and services, right? And we be like, oh, I do this and I do this and it can do this and it can do that and it can fix this and it can fix that. Matter of fact, when you drink this, your mitochondria will kind of execute the blah, 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 blah. Bro, listen, does this motherfucker help me lose weight or not? Like, does it help me get rid of this fupa I got? Yes or no? The more you start talking about the stuff that they don't care about shows that you don't understand there's no connection. People don't care how the policy works, how it all works on the back end. All they care about is how can I be my bank with this policy and how soon can I get access to my money and how fast can it leverage. Give them that. Imagine going to a car lot and every time you go to a car lot, the car salesman is like, okay, so what I want to talk to you about the Hemi, okay? When you look at the Hemi, what's make this car different, listen, bro, does it go vroom vroom? Does it go fast, big dog, big fella? Is it enough? Is it enough space for my people, for my team, for my class, for my children, big fella? Is it enough for that? Do I have enough? If the answer is yes, and it look good and it's nice, my next question is, how often do I got to bring it in for check-ins? I don't care about none of that. In most cases. So when it comes to educating, It's not about overwhelming. It's about giving them what they need. This is what you need. So if anybody read the private banking blueprint, where's my blueprint? If anybody read in the curriculum, this is our wealth Bible in the FBC. If you don't have the wealth Bible, go to familybankimpact.com. This is our wealth Bible. If you read the section of private banking, y'all listen, I spend about this much time actually talking about the breakdown of the policy. If anybody's read it or actually watched the course, like this much time, me telling you how it's built and what it's not. What it's not it's not in my MO. I'm telling you what you need. Fix your family. Get some structure. Get some organization. Why is that important? Why is that important? Because if they get the policy and lack organization, they going to lapse and lose their bread. Because you're signing a contract with a financial institution that you're going to do what you're supposed to do. So versus me talking all about the legal jargon, I'm helping you get your house in order so that when you get the you already know what type of mindset that you need to be in order to understand banking with a policy. That's all that matters. And I see a bunch of people online teaching private banking with insurance, and they over here talking about a whole bunch of stuff that don't matter. That just brings up a bunch of questions. Have y'all ever talked so much that the customer end up asking more questions that they weren't going to ask in the first place? Then they go down this whole rabbit hole of questions that they were never going to ask. But you done ran your mouth and educated and over talked. Now they scared and don't want to buy. What if what they need is not what they are looking for? You got to figure out to put medicine in dog food. You got to put medicine and sugar in the dog food. You got to put some medicine in the food. Take what they feel like they looking for and give them what they need. For an example, how many of y'all saw me promote Be the Bank, Become the Bank when I came onto the scene? It was F the Bank. I'll show you how to be the bank. Everybody came to me because they wanted to say F the bank. Yeah, I'm ready to get out this banking system. I'm ready to get out this flow. F the system. They bought based on what they wanted. But in that food was that medicine that they needed. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to be the bank. But I got to teach you the structure of a bank so that you can function like a bank, which means you got to have some order. I got that? So when we're educating, you just got to know that. Only talk about the items that they are concerned with today. Educate them on the basic. So I know a lot of y'all be online and you're like, man, I already create content. Man, I create content and I need to talk about more advanced stuff. No, you don't. No, you don't. Talk about the same thing over and over again. The basic information that people are researching, that they're studying. You just got to find a different way to be able to say it. You got to use somebody else's video and be like, what do y'all think I've been telling y'all? You got to get creative of saying the same thing. Let me tell y'all one thing. Jesus had one message. And it was the kingdom of heaven is within. Teaching everybody how to tap into the kingdom. That's only one message he had. That's only one message. But he found a multitude of ways to say the same message. And y'all be like, man, I already said this last week. Y'all be talking to new customers saying I already said this last week. Versus saying, hey, that answer, I actually answered that in this video, da-da-da. I'll break it down again. Finding different ways to be able to do it. Why do you love your favorite artist? You want them to sing that same song that you heard on that album, right? They go on tour all over the world singing the same song in the same way in the same concert. They may be tired of singing for hours and hours and hours. Then they find renditions to sing the same thing in hours and hours. Like they got all types of things saying. You're like, bro, what in the? They saying the same thing. They singing the same thing over and over again. That's what makes them millions. That's right. They just put on a different outfit. Different costume, same song. You like to lead a one on with, start a new relationship with you. When you go see Usher, you want to hear that song. And he come out there on them roller skates. This is for you, my number one. And you out there singing your heart out. I'm sure he tired of singing that damn song. But that's what you want. That's what you need. He gonna provide it. So when you're in business, you are an artist. You should be singing the same song until it catch fire. And when it catch fire, you keep singing it. So guess what? Can I tell y'all something? A lot of y'all tired of singing the same song because I like what you said right there, RTs. But I'm going to spin it. I'm going to make it better. A lot of y'all tired of singing the same song because you ain't on no new platform. Oh. Yeah, it's going to get tired. You're talking to the same 30 people. You ain't invested in yourself to join no community. To go to no events. To build no new relationships. Of course you tired of saying the same thing. If I was y'all right now, I would be trying to, if anybody got a podcast with 30 to 100 listeners, I'll be going, listen, how much is it going to take for me to get on your podcast and you interview me? Why? Because that's 30 new people you didn't have. But your little bougetto self, you only want to go to the big one. Boy, you better goddamn get on you some 100. Listen, you do 100 interviews from 100 different platforms that each got 100 followers. Y'all do the math. What's 100 times 100? Somebody do the math real quick. What is 100 times 100? What's going on, Regina? That's 1,000 people that you talk to that you never would have talked to before. I don't think that's 100. I don't think that's. Yeah, that's 10,000. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That number was off a little bit. Yeah. Y'all need to use y'all calculator. Stop trying to calculate stuff on your own. God has created calculators. Y'all had me. I said 100, yeah, 1,000. I started looking like, wait a minute now. Now that don't look right. You know, I appreciate the effort, but y'all need to use a calculator. So guess what? Let's do the math. Y'all ready? Let's say for an example. New podcasts, aren't they looking for people to interview? Yes or yes? Okay. You can probably get on a new podcast for free, but let's call it $25 every podcast. Do y'all have $25 to $50 to spare to get on other people's podcasts so they can interview you with questions that you want to be interviewed, singing the same song? Y'all got $25 to $50 to spare? Okay, now use your calculators now, okay? Do $50 times 100 podcasts. Do $50 times, that's $5,000. Y'all keep that in mind. I'm going to go to the board. Y'all ain't got to keep it in mind. Y'all can keep it on the board. So $50 times 100 podcasts. You just add 3 zeros and then put a 5. That's $5,000 that you paid. That 100 podcasts got you 100 listeners apiece. Add 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10,000 listeners that now have listened to you. That's 10,000 listeners that you that you never would have had access to from your Instagram or page alone. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So you spend $5,000 to get access to get yourself in front of 10,000 listeners. Let's do the math. You went on somebody else's platform and they got 100 subscribers, which means those subscribers actually care about the credibility of the person's podcast that you got on. Yes or yes? So you immediately have what? Rapport and credibility because you went through somebody else's podcast where they actually built the subscribers. So it's not just 10,000 unknown subscribers. These are 10,000 regular people that know and actually love the podcast that you're listening to. Yes or yes? I can't believe I'm giving this game for free. So now let's do the math. Let's say 20% of the 10,000 followers actually follow you. 20% follow you from the 10,000 followers. That means you now got, that means that you now have grown your platform and your credibility or stage or support to 2,000 followers that you've grown. Let's say out of the 2,000 followers that now follow you, they're like, man, I like this person. They got game. 20% of them actually purchase your product. 20% purchase your product. That means that's 400 people. 20% purchase. That means that there's, God, I keep trying to put the money sign. I see what's on my mind. That means that there's 400 people that bought a product from you. Let's say your product is just $100. Somebody do 400 people times $100. Y'all, successing is easy when you got the success formula. It ain't hard. Woke up this morning with my mind. Somebody, that's $40,000. So you went from no followers, barely any content, to now to investing $5,000 over time to make $40,000. You picked up 2,000 new followers, and now you got content from 100 podcasts that are now on YouTube. So when people research your name is going to populate with 100 podcasts. And now you got content that you can repurpose from 100 different podcasts that were each 1 hour apiece. See, this is the sales strategy that Jesus knew about. He said, bro, I ain't finna get out there. I ain't finna got y'all listen, it's politics. Y'all want to get on these big platforms. It's a lot of politicking going on. DICK riding for the children that don't know how to listen to. A lot of that riding. A lot of good old boys club. When you ain't got to do that with somebody that got 100 subscribers that's trying to come up. You pay somebody with 100 subscribers $50 for an interview. I promise you, you'll think Oprah interviewing you. They're going to be like, wait, I can make money interviewing? You going to change their pair of $50 for an hour? Y'all, it's $50 for an hour. Think about that. I know what y'all going to say. Okay, Jake, so how much money am I supposed to get per podcast? That's not the point I made. I said do 100 podcasts. Because you're going to suck the first couple of them. The point is getting your message out and your product out in front of as many people as you can. Then guess what you do? Then you take the 40 G's. You now been on 100 podcasts. Now you can go get people with 1,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers, because now you got a little chocho to put in a popo to make sure your sales continue to go. Y'all know that's the exact same thing that y'all do with Facebook. Y'all just pay Facebook to be your influencer because Facebook got the connection to 1 billion people. Instagram got the connection to 1 billion people. TikTok got the connection to 1 billion people. So your excuse of not having followers is not from you not having good content. I've seen big cornballs all of a sudden pop up on internet as experts because they willing to pay and get on platforms. Y'all don't understand. You got to pay to play. Ain't nobody running no non-profit. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You got to pay to play. Y'all be trying to penny pinch your way to success. You can't do that. You got to give it all. The bigger the platform, the more you got to pay. Why? Because there is no connectivity. They don't really value what you have. They don't know you. So of course you got to pay to get on. But when you build content and value online and people see you winning, eventually they'll call you. But until then, you got to pay to play. Until your play's so big, you ain't got to pay no more. So somebody like Jake, how can I make that thing work faster? Do 100 podcasts sooner. It shouldn't take you a year. If you can do three podcasts a week, who else you talking to? Do 3 podcasts a week. They don't want to do a podcast, do an IG live. Hey, let's do an IG live. Let's build. Connect. All of a sudden you got people following you from this and that. You keep singing your same song. And you keep singing that same song. And guess what happens? People are going to buy from you. And the people like, damn, they keep saying the same thing. Guess what? They do. Just like any artist or any customer that bought an album from an artist. You just stop playing the album. If you listen to my whole album, clearly I'm not trying to sell my album to you no more. Y'all be like, man, I don't want to bore my followers with the same content. Well, get some more. They tired of hearing you sing in Texas. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Go sing in Louisiana. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. They tired. Go to Mississippi. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Go to Florida. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Go to New York. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Go to Wyoming. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Y'all see, you start adding shit. You go sing the same song. Stop switching up your message because you confusing people that you trying to educate. You switching up. Cut loose. You over here. Well, you switching up every 2 seconds. I ain't getting no traction, so maybe I need to start talking about something. No, you need. If it worked and people were excited to hear about it, go get you some more people. It's simple. It's simple. That's right, Artisan. Everybody in the U.S. tired of your song. They ain't heard it in the UK. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Can I tell y'all something? That's why when artists be like, I was in a 360 deal. I was in a 360 deal, and the reason why the 360 deal, I got screwed. I brought them millions of dollars. They forgot, like, you do know that when you go on a promotion run, you got to pay to play to get on these radio stations under the table or over the table, depending on where it is. Technically, you're not supposed to pay, but there's somebody that's getting paid somewhere. You got to pay for ad space. Ain't nobody running no free business. So you brought 10 million, but they advanced you 2 million, and it cost them $4 million just to get your butt seen. Cause don't nobody know you, so the price is higher. Y'all see that? The bigger the platform and nobody knows you, the price is higher. The bigger you get, the same platform, the price is negotiable now, or almost free, because there's a true value exchange. So when Jesus was coming in, connecting with the people and educating with them, that's what he was connecting and educating about. So let me educate you on what I know. Let me educate you on the game I have. Let me tell you the what, the how, and the why. 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 What is stopping you from achieving your goals? How can you overcome it? Why it's important to do it? What is stopping you from achieving your goals? How can you overcome it? And why is it important to you? That's the same message you should be saying to your customers and your clients all day. And then guess what happens? The close is easier. You didn't educate them. You spent time with them. And they bought. There are people right now, watch this. There are people right now on this live. Press the number 1 if you have not bought the Family Banking Pack. You ain't bought this Wealth Bible. I forgot where I put it. You ain't bought this Wealth Bible. It's going to be at least one person. They may have been waiting. They may be new. They may be trying to see what's going on. But they going to buy. They going to get it. You may say, Jake, but I'm a hairstylist. How can I teach the what, the why, and the how? The what, the how, and the why. Very simple. You nappy headed, you're going to lose opportunities, but people want well-groomed people. See, a lot of people be like, well, you see Jay-Z, his hair anywhere. Yeah, Jay-Z a billionaire. DG walk around with his shirt out. Yeah, he's self-made. So you got to get along until you ain't got to get along no more. Then the last part. The last part is the close. The last part is the close. Be quite frank. Closing is a difficult process, and a lot of you don't close because you don't ask. So in one video, there are 3 questions you need to be getting asked. Well, 4 things that you need to answer them. You need to answer the what's in the way, the how you can help them, the why it's important, and why they need to master what you're trying to give them. And then you ask for the close. And you do that in every video. Those are the 4 main things you're trying to get them to understand. 1, what's in their way, how you can help them, why it's important for them to move in action, and you can help them master it because you've mastered it. Now click the link in the bio, get access to the Family Banking Masterclass, or click the link in the bio and get access to da-da-da. Click the link in the bio, get access to blah-blah-blah. You may say, Jake, but I thought you said educate first. Yeah, you don't know what person's on what cycle, though, on social media. Y'all get what I'm saying? You don't know what person's on what cycle. So you got to educate. You got to connect, educate, and then close. Connect, educate, close on every post, and that's the 4 ways you do it. All on one post. What's the problem? Social media, or this is the problem, or the government, or this is the problem, or the hood, or this is the problem, or your dogs, or this is the problem. What is the problem? This is the problem. This is how you can fix that problem. How can you fix that problem? Now, why should it be done? Or why you can help them fix that problem. And how you can help them master that. If you can answer those 4 things in every video, and you say click the link in the bio, your conversions are going to skyrocket. So if I'm using somebody else's video, their video is probably going to address the what, the problem. It may even address the how. But I'm going to bring why they need to work with me, or why it's important for them to fix it, and that I'm a master and I can help you. Click the link in the bio. Click this free class. I want to show you how to get out this rut. Y'all see the flow of that? Maybe that'll help y'all with y'all's content. So I think it's very key and very important that we understand that. You may say, Jake, what if I educate them, and from educating I close them? Yeah, it's gonna be hard for you to have no relationship with them. You have no relationship. So guess what? They won't be patient with you if your product don't come out on time. They won't see the best version of you if you fall. You educated them. They came to your product, but there was no relationship built. So that's why I typically like to go, I like to do the cycle, right? Right? The cycle. Follow me with the cycle, right? You got the what is in the way. What is in the way? You got the how to move it out the way. Sister Victoria, I need you to make a PDF of this. You got the why it's important for them to move it out the way, or why you are the one to help them. And then the master. No, I want you to do your offer on the master. Why you are the master at helping people with that issue. Usually in my video, I'm going to explain or I'm going to touch on this. If y'all go watch my videos, if I don't go through all of that, notice I don't say click the link in the bio. I don't do anything like that. If I don't have an offer that I'm wanting people to go to just yet, notice what I do, y'all. If you go watch my video, go study my content, I'm just on the what and the how. I just stay in that what and the how. What in the how? What in the how? And then as I start my campaign, you can hear what, how, why, and mastery. What, how, why, mastery. What, how, why. And I can help you fix that. Click the link in the bio. That's that mastery. I can help you. Click the link in the bio. I've been doing this for so many years, and I got the expertise to help you. Click the link in the bio. And when I do that, typically, I don't send them directly to the offer. The reason why I don't send them directly to the offer because there is no real anchor yet. Yeah, I educated them on the video. Yeah, they watched my content a little bit. They engaged with my lives a little bit. But when I noticed I sent people directly to go purchase something from doing this right here, when I noticed that right there, there's no anchoring. There's no anchoring. So what I push them to, Sable, is I push them to not the offer, but I push them to a class so I can educate them some more. Because that 1 minute video was not enough. Ty, it absolutely helps to have a video for them to watch before they purchase. And when you got a new product out there, I'm just telling y'all, maybe y'all will be committed to it, but those that will be committed to this, I'm guaranteeing you're going to see more money than you ever seen in your entire life. If you can do a live webinar class explaining your product, how you can help them, what the problem is, solving the problem. If you can do it live every day for a year, if you can do it live every day, you do these steps and do it live, not every day, every week for a year. Some of y'all ain't committed to every day. Let's just say every week. Every week for a year, y'all are going to see more money than you ever seen in your entire life in business. So I mix it up. When you have a stronger brand, you can do the automation thing. Like, you know, like watch this video. No, that's 52 weeks, RTs. One time a week. 52 weeks, one time a week. When you got a stronger brand, people will kind of, you know, they'll sit and watch some automated video. You know, they kind of give them more education on why you're great. But until you build that brand, y'all, when I was in the game, like in the game, launching my brand, I did presentations 3 times a day. For 4 straight years, no less than 3 times a day. Listen what Ty said. No, I'm not gonna lie. I would have never purchased from Jake if I didn't see his humorous side blended with intellect. I needed that personal relatability, and it happened when I watched his videos first. Y'all see that? Videos. This is real life testimony right there. Videos. Then from the video, this is where I go. Then with that video, I gotta anchor them. So I'm going to educate them more. Why? Because I told y'all the best model of business is the education model. There was a y'all heard of Mary Kay, the network marketing company Mary Kay? Everybody, grandma and auntie them was in Mary Kay at some point. Y'all heard of Mary Kay? Y'all heard of Mary Kay, right? Okay. They used to have what was called spa days. And the spa day was free. The whole purpose of the spa day was so that you can laugh and giggle with the girls, the ladies in pink and white. You can see the relativity. Like, these are moms that's trying to make it. You work from home. They doing all of this. So it was the connection and then the education of the value of it that made them want to buy the product of Mary Kay. Y'all see that? So if I had if I wanted to blow up as a barber, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you. If I wanted to blow up as a barber, I would literally give the most fire haircut, the first haircut free. You ain't got no traffic. You ain't got no nothing. Hey man, come get this fire haircut. I promise you, it's fire. Come on, come. It's free. Every first haircut free. Boy, you have more heads than you can ever cut. You already broke. Why not focus on building a quality brand? You already broke and got no followers and got no content. So I would bring them here. A free class, free educate. If you're in the education or digital product or service or something like that, you can have a quick workshop. Eventually, you can end up kind of charging for it if you want to, like if your brand gets strong enough. But there's always something free. You can have a free ebook. Something that's going to anchor. Some of you, yeah, they missed that one, Marvin. Some of you, in the cartel, some of you, don't like talking or showing your personal side. Give them an ebook. Educate them just a little bit more. Anchor them in. Why? Because think about it. When they make the decision to go ahead and click the link in the bio, they're still unknown. Or you can do that, RT. You can say 50% off first haircut. You know, like $20 first haircut. After that, it's going to full price, and you just give facts. I like that, RT. So, you want to be able to do exactly what y'all saw Tia give a testimonial of. I never was going to purchase from Jake if I did not see all of the side that he's on. Like what exactly did it entail? Was it, I needed some type of connectivity. This is where you anchor them with whatever this product or offer is. This is what you call, the technical term for this is called a tripwire. Listen, if you like the information I got right now, click the link in my bio and get access to my ebook that's going to teach you how to get out your situation. Get access to my such and such that's going to give you access to Get access to my free class that's going to actually help you solve that problem. So in that class, I'm going to actually teach them how to solve that problem. I'm not going to shortcut them. But it's going to be short, concise information that they can go apply if they want to. But guess what, y'all? But guess a tripwire in marketing terms, artists, a tripwire is literally something that it's like your first offer, but it kind of trips them into your funnel. Like they're like, yeah, I want that. Like let me go ahead and let me go ahead and get inside this information. Somebody say free or low value. I'm a fan of free until your brand is big enough for you to charge low value. I'm a fan of free until your brand is big enough to charge low value. Like y'all, I am serious about this. Like, when I started, I was already broke. So, me being broke just a little bit longer to make sure that the system and flow is right. You ain't got to do it forever. You just got to do it enough to get some momentum. Why? Because that tripwire, that first product, ain't the real product anyway. It's just to show them that I am who I say that I am. It's the last stage of that education, that trust process. That's going to make them say, you know what, I trust you. It's almost like we talking about selling like Jesus, right? It's almost like when Jesus would go do a miracle or something. That's the tripwire. Like, okay, y'all need to see a little something. Let me teach you, Claire. Let me show you what it is. Then when they say, oh yeah, he is who he say he is. She is who she say she is. Guess what, y'all? Now you can hit them with a hard close. When I was in the insurance sales, like literally in the field, all of my competitors or people in my companies or people in the industry, they always wanted to close deals real fast. And that was like kind of a thing, right? Like closing the sale real fast. And I had a rule. I never close on the first night. So when I called my clients, I was able to get more in front of more people because when I called them, I said, listen, you can put your wallet up. It doesn't matter if you're ready to buy today. I am not closing you on the first sale. I don't care if you're ready. I don't care what. You can be like, Jake, if I die tomorrow, I'm sorry. That's my policy. I do not close on the first appointment. Why? Because I don't need you making a decision on emotion. I want you to be educated in the decision that you make. So that first night, barriers were down, flow was down, and I was literally doing a live free class. Really breaking down and really giving them the game, showing them their case study, their numbers, how my strategy will work specifically for them. And then I anchored and said, are you ready to move forward? Yes. Okay, when's the next day when I come? This day is going to be 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just collecting information. And we gonna get the sale. Are you ready? I'm ready. I got more sales and higher sales. I was more efficient. And if you were ever in the insurance industry, my retention rate is 98%. That means only 2% over my entire career of being in the industry. I only got a 2% chargeback ratio. Why is that? Because I was educated. And then after I educated that client, if they didn't want the product, guess what, y'all? They called me and they said, Jake, not right now, but I thank you for the education. And I said, no problem. If you need further education, yeah, I do. Here go my book, We Are Sick, Surviving Financial Cancer. Purchase my book. It'll give you further education, and then we'll move forward whenever you're ready. I made $19 on every no. So if they called and said, yo, I said, listen, I want to bring you a book. It's $19. It's going to give you further education and teach you how to be da da da. $19 on every close. I made money on my nose because I understood the importance of educating. So let's do some math real quick. On average, I was going on 3 appointments a day, 5 days a week. That's 15 appointments I was actually going on every week. Out of 15 appointments, 7 would say no, they're not ready. So what's 7 times $19? Somebody do that math. 7 times $19. See, when somebody tell you no, y'all get upset. No, it's because you don't have a product that can mull over. They may need to take a little bit more time verifying. That's $133. Do $133 times 50 weeks a year. 133 times 50. That's an additional $6,000 I was making that most people in the insurance industry wasn't making. Could anybody use an additional $1,600 a year on no's that people that was going to tell you no anyway? So when I was already doing it in insurance, it made sense for me to do that when I got on the internet. It makes sense. Some people want to get to the bag sooner than others. That's fine. But when people buy from me, they stay. So by the time all of you decide to migrate to bizcobuilder.io to build your websites, your funnel, y'all know I got an operation system online. It can build websites, funnels, email automation, booking for your appointments, CRM. It got everything that you need. bizcobuilder.io. The moment that y'all get over there, y'all are going to stay. Why? Because I'm building a relationship with y'all. I'm educating you on business. So you know when you get that technology and that software, you're going to be able to know how to use it for the effectiveness of your business. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? In the scripture, Proverbs 13:11. Proverbs 13:11. Proverbs 13:11. It says, wealth gained hastily, you'll lose it just as fast. But wealth gathered little by little grows over time. How do you build a house? Brick by brick. How do you get to your dreams? One win at a time. So what does it mean hastily? Y'all, let's go. Y'all already know how I am. Let's go to the internet. We're going to share the screen. What is the definition of hastily? Everybody always use that, but don't ever look up the name of the word. It means with excessive speed or urgency. Hurriedly. Typically when people are in a hurry, you're not prepared. Why was the word hastily used right there? Let's look. Okay, so what is the definition for excessive? More than is necessary, or normal, or immoderate. And moderate. More than what is necessary. So when you're moving faster more than it is necessary, you're going to lose it just as fast as you got it. So it's not telling you don't move with speed. What it's saying is that when you in a rush, you missing stuff. How many of you all have been in a rush to get out the house and you lost the very thing that you needed to get to wherever you need to go? Anybody ever been in that position before? You're like, God damn. Shit. I got all the way to the damn appointment and forgot all the stuff I need for the appointment. So now I got to reschedule anyway. There's plenty of examples. Got to work and left your whole wallet at the house. You at work all day, stomach and back. Working hard labor, stomach and back. You done lost 10 pounds today. Looking anemic. Or anorexic. You used the wrong word. Anorexic. You were 300 pounds, you 220 today. That's what hastily means. But when you know how to move in speed with purpose, with discipline, and with a plan, that is different than hastily. Hastily says you're moving excessive without a plan. Just moving, just trying to get there. Like you're just losing everything. So, when you understand that concept and you putting yourself in a position of authority or success, you got to understand that the right way to build is to build. And the right way to build is understanding that education company model is absolutely essential to the growth of any brand or business. Why do you fall in love with some artists versus other ones? The artist that gives you more of their life, you get to be more educated on their story, are the artists you typically fall in love with. The artists that are secretive, quiet, they're good, but don't nobody kind of know what's going on. There's no real following that they get. Because you don't know, they're not educating you on their process, their story, their grind, their whatever. Everybody loved Kanye, especially Kanye even more, because of the story. Like you know his history, you know where he came from, you know what's going on. Now I ain't telling you put all your business out there, but when it comes to your product, or when it comes to your offer or your company, you got to be a little bit more transparent. You got to kind of show them, those things. And you can only do that through educating. The closing part should be easy if you properly did your part educating. Remember, we're going to go back to it. Your post, social media, an ad, or even when you're on interviews, podcasts, you should be talking about the what, the how, the why, and then the mastery. And you should be able to learn how to navigate that no matter what type of questions are being asked. The what, the how, the why, and the mastery. Whether it's a post, whether you own a podcast, whether you own a live, whether it's a picture, you want to answer this stuff that leads them to further information that can help them out they rut or they mess. And then I'm going to actually close them on whatever the real product offer is. Okay? So those are the three things when it comes to the CEC method. and the 4 layers of understanding that I got just watching and studying the works of Jesus. So now you have them too. You don't have any excuse. I gave y'all an exact play. For those of you all that's like, I ain't got that much traffic, I ain't got that much traction. The scripture says, do not despise small beginnings. Somebody find that scripture just in case somebody want to go get it and write it somewhere. It says, do not despise small beginnings. So guess what? You need to go find podcasts that are on your level. They got 20 to 100, maybe 500 at the max subscribers. You'll be able to pay $50, $25 to $100 per episode. Let them know what you got. Zechariah 4:10. And you build the momentum off of that. Sherry, what was the question? Why do you have to build it this way? Taylor, I need you to get yourself together, Junior. I'm almost done with class. This was it, Marvin. It was the what, the how, the why, the master, to a class or educate, to a close on whatever your product offer is. Oh, I don't know what you're looking at. All right, so why do I have to do this? All right. Yeah, so the process is that, or you can turn it down. Or you can use the information you got, just do ads, but the same process and flow is the same thing. Advertise on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Use their network to get you in front of eyeballs. The only difference is there is no real connectivity, no real emotion there. One requires more work, yes. Oh, yeah, I got you, Sherry. One requires more work, yes. However, typically everyone that goes the Facebook ads route usually end up coming back to doing a bunch of interviews and posts and branding stuff. There's a guy on YouTube right now that's blowing up. He did $100 million only doing ads, but nobody knew him. So he had to end up coming back to YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, what we used to talk crap about, to build up his brand because nobody knew him. So that's important to know that. And once you do it one time or a few times, you don't have to continue to do it that hard. But I'm telling you right now, if you can do a live presentation every week on your product offer, live presentation. If you make beads and they're chakra beads, I would literally create a PDF why chakras are important. Then I would do a free class actually going more in depth about this chakra versus that chakra. What spirit, Like, at what point do you wear a chakra? Because y'all do know sometimes people be wearing the wrong chakras or the wrong things at the wrong time. If y'all into the chakra stuff. So you do that. You break down the why they need to actually activate meditation and things in their life. And then you move them over to the actual close. If you want to see above and beyond results faster, you do it live. If you can do it live at minimum once a week for 52 weeks, your entire life will change. If you can do it live 3 times a week for 52 weeks, three times a week for 52 weeks. Sign up for my free masterclass. Sign up for my free masterclass or class I'm having this Tuesday. If you missed the Tuesday class, I'm doing it again on Thursday. You miss a Thursday class, I'm doing it again on Saturday. And you do the same class over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Your life will absolutely change. And then I encourage you to at least get on 1 to 3 podcasts or shows or Instagrams a week at minimum. You can do a share for share. Like, let's talk about my products, you talk about your products. Y'all got a community inside the family banking cartel right now. Y'all should be doing shout for shouts on each other IG lives right now. One get on, talk about their product, you ask them the right questions, they ask you the right questions, y'all vibe, you're going to get some followers that change, that like that person, and the flow is just going to happen. You can just start that process. So again, I'm going to recap everything so that you understand what I'm saying and it's clear. Okay? I want to recap everything. I'm going to bring it all the way home so that we can all be on the same page. Okay? So, I'm going to give y'all this game as if I have zero followers. Say my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube, all of that just dissipates. It disappears. Tayler Jacobs got all the wealth of knowledge that I have. I have no platform. No platform. And also, I don't have any influence on social media. I'm taking my influence away on social media. This is exactly what I would do. Pay attention. Remember, I told you, it's all about the CEC method. So the first thing I would do, I would figure out what type of person do I want to trap inside my, or build a house of relationship with inside my CEC method. Remember, it is connect, educate, then close. Okay, Jake, you have 0 followers, but you have an amazing product. You got amazing service. Everything is well and good. The very first thing I would do, I would go and look for places where there are people that I don't know. This is the Jesus sales method. So where would I go? I would join Facebook communities, free communities on Facebook. And I would do the CEC method inside that free community. I would then find small podcasts and small influencer pages. And if I'm looking at an influencer, I am not looking for them to just post something. And when I say small, I'm talking about influence. I'm talking about 2,000 followers. I'm talking about 2,000 followers to 10,000 followers. In a podcast, you're looking at 50 subscribers to maybe 250 subscribers. I would then reach out to them and ask them, what would it cost, or do they do interviews? And that you're willing to pay for them to do an interview with your product. You can either also give them your product for free, give them access to your product so they're aware of it. You're going to educate them. If they say yes, you're going to set up a meeting to educate them on your product. Why is that important? I connected with them. Now I'm going to educate them on my product. Why is it important for me to try to get an influencer to connect or be educated on my product? Somebody answer that question. Because so they can have buy-in to the product. The more the influencer actually rocks with your product, the more they gonna know how to talk about it and give real life examples about it. What most people don't realize is that a lot of y'all see that my business partner is Brother Ben. What a lot of people don't know is that Brother Ben X was my client first. He was my client. I was not going to do business with him if he wasn't my client. Because I ain't finna have you just posting me all willy-nilly and you ain't got nothing of what we talking about. And I educated him. And I broke it down. And that made him say, shoot, I'm going to post it on social. And 5 videos went viral. And then we started the compensation process of getting him compensated and whatever. So, I'm going to ask them, yo, do you all do interviews? They may say, yeah, on no post. I'm asking, like, do you do, like, on IG Live, like, any, like, live interviews where we can get on there together and we can kind of vibe together? I'll send you some products so that you can get educated on it. And I'll also pay. Or I'll send you products and educate you on it, You negotiate that. That's what I would do. Me personally, I would probably send them. A lot of my products are digital. My education's really free. So, really costs nothing. So I'll probably send them a class or educate them live on what I teach and talk about. I would still pay them $50 after I educate them. And then they got paid to learn. So you're paying them to learn about you. So once that happens, I will do that with a small podcast and a small influencer, in a post or whatever. And so I would literally go on a freaking tour. A lot of y'all, I'm gonna talk about tomorrow, Sister Victoria. Make sure that tomorrow, I'm gonna talk about the art of the lunch. A lot of y'all open business, you don't know how to launch a business. A lot of y'all open business. You don't know how to launch one. The same way, have y'all not noticed? Look at artists, right? Look at the campaign Jesus went on. He was in every city. Popping his stuff and talking his stuff. He was on a campaign. Like a continual campaign till his message actually got bought. What do artists do? What do artists, this is going to be the same time tomorrow, 11. What do artists do? When they want to roll out their album, all of a sudden you hear controversy. They didn't put out their own blog, a rumor about them. they didn't pay for their own blogger. They on radio tours. They on podcast tours. Y'all, Chris Brown ain't been out in 5 years. And what Chris Brown doing? Chris Brown on podcasts. He out here talking. Wow, his album out. So we got to make sure he's in front of the people to let them know, yo, my album out. So that's what I would do. What about movies? Y'all see when a movie come out, what do typically the stars of the movie go on? Oh, yeah, Chris Brown doing meet and greets. Hugging people and taking pictures like they in love. All that. Movies, what they do? Late night shows. Early morning shows. Commercials. Billboards. Radios. Podcasts. They talking about crazy stuff on the movie. They doing all of that. They on social media. Why? Because they're promoting and launching their movie. Right? That's the same thing you got to do with your product until enough people know about it. So that's what I would do. If I ain't got nothing, I would do that. I would connect, educate, and then close them on why I'm the best. I would do that every single time. I would do that for 52 weeks. At minimum, 3 a week. That's 156 interviews with at minimum 100 people watching. That's 15,000 people that got eyeballs directly on my product and I had no social media. Out of 15,000 people that hear Cousin Jake speak, you don't think I can pop up with 5,000, 4,000 followers from scratch? And made a guapo money from scratch? You can do the same exact thing too. So from there, I got that traffic, I got the eyeballs, I got the views. Now my views are up, my followership is up. And when my followership is up and my value goes up, the platforms I can get on are now up. Y'all see that? The more my value increase and my power and my platform increase, the bigger the stages I can get on and do the same thing over and over again. I will go on a 3-year run doing the same thing. Somebody do 15,000 times 600. Somebody do 15,600 times. I'm sorry. Do 15,600 times 3 years. Somebody do that.
How do I get to the roof? Okay, do it. I'm gonna go on this side.
15,600.
Truck to get me down.
Use your calculator. That's 46,800 people at minimum
Track.
that will view my content, my page. You don't think Cousin Jake can pull out $1 million? I'll be flat broke. You don't think in 3 years I'll have back everything I got? Because guess what? As you get bigger and larger, the platforms get bigger. That's the minimum amount of people you're going to talk to.
Now, Shrek would never be able to get me.
Y'all see that?
Get I'm up here. And Shrek's down there.
And then everybody you did a podcast with, and they see your success, you don't think they're going to want you to come back?
Yeah.
Hey, man, can you come back? And it's going to be free. Can you? Because now you bringing value back to them. And can you come back and just talk about like how things have changed, like what's going on?
Right.
So then I got 46. Let's do the math. Somebody do 46,800 times 20%. 20% of the people follow Cousin Jake. So 46,800 times 20%. Somebody give me that number.
Uh-huh.
46,800 times 20% that follow me. That now follow me. And this is at bare minimum. I'm not even counting Sable. And you know this, Sable, compound interest. So now I got 9,300 people at minimum. And I'm not even counting like the compound of momentum. I'm just saying bare minimum from scratch. I'm not even counting momentum. If you count momentum, I'll probably be at like 50,000 followers or more. If I had no audience, no followers, no nothing, and I start. So let's just keep it basic. 93 9,300 people now follow me. Now, out of the 9,300 people, 9,360 people times 20% that actually purchased my product at $149. So 20%. What's 20% of my bad? What's 20% of 9,360? Some of y'all calculations are real slow. Let me just go and get on my 9,360 times 20%. It's 1,800 people. Is that with compound, Dr. Ness? You must have added a little compound in that. That compound in the followership. So it's 18. Oh, did we do that math wrong? She coming? Oh, yeah. 18. Yeah, 18. So that's 1,800 people that would have purchased from me in 3 years. On average, out of 1,800 people, they probably would have bought like $500 worth of stuff from me. That's $936,000 that you made from scratch. It was like $250, Dr. Ness. But you got to remember, Dr. Ness, if you only got one product at $149, that better be a reoccurring product. They coming back to get it, or you better have another product that they can get. That's a higher price, that's a higher value. So we're going to say on average they spend $500. On average, my average customer spends about $1,600 with us. On average, my average customer spends about $1,600 with me. Just with like the digital product, $1,600. On average, about $1,600. So let's do my math with the products I currently have. And I'm not talking about all at one time, y'all. I'm talking about, like I got a book, and then I may have a class, and I may have a mastermind, and I may have this. I may have a booking session. I may have an appointment with an advisor, something like that. I'm not including insurance. I'm talking about nothing but online. So if you were to do 1,872 times the average person spending $1,600 with me over 3 years, you're talking about $2.9 million over a 3-year span, and I lost everything. You can't do the same thing? Some of y'all are just a strategy, a little hard work, and a little dedication away from becoming millionaires, y'all. But the question you got to ask yourself is, am I willing to put in the work? Am I willing to do what it takes? And am I tired of underperforming? That's almost $3 million over 3 years. That's $1 million a year if you average it. I got you, Sister Victoria. I'm over that. I'm at the 213 mark. I'm closing it in. So when we talk about the construct of that, you got to ask yourself, what is it costing you not going all in? What is it costing you cheapening your brand? What is it costing you cheapening your value? It's costing you $1 million a year. That's the cost of you not going all the way in. That's the cost of you not playing the game that you need to be playing. That's the cost. The consultant education program right now is, I believe it's like $997 right now. I literally teach you exactly how to build an education company with your product. Right? Some people may look at the 97 be like, damn, $997. It was just 99. Like, damn, you went back. I told you I was going. It ain't even the price it's supposed to be. But what is the cost of me actually not learning and implementing this stuff? Some of y'all got the trades. You took advantage of the discount. And you went through it, but you ain't applied nothing yet. Some of y'all procrastinating with it. Or you doing that, I know that part, so let me skip that part. No, if you knew it, you would be doing it. So therefore, you don't know the why. You know the what and the how. So you constitute that as, I know the why. No, you don't. If you knew the why, you would be doing it. That's why when they say if you take money from a millionaire and take everything away from them, in 3 years, they'll have everything back. I just showed y'all my 3-year plan. And listen, this is moderate numbers. I didn't even include my insurance products. I didn't even include my technology. I'm just talking about my education products alone. Y'all got that? Y'all did y'all get this? Did y'all get value from today's class? Hope it was 2 hours and 15 minutes of absolute fire. Hope it was absolute fire. If you have not taken advantage of getting access to the consulting education company trade, where I actually teach you step by step how to build your education company out. Because every product in every company, every service needs to learn how to build it like an education company. You can go to fbctradeschool.com right now and get access to it, and it's still discounted from what it actually should be. You go to FBC Trade School right now. House of Milligan said, I am only 2 videos in and it's dope AF. I have paid thousands for the same information. Yeah. Okay. So I want you all to take this information and I want y'all to show that. So that excuse that some of y'all had, not having a following, not having this, guess what? That excuse is gone. I literally showed y'all my plan on how I would get back to where I need to be. I literally showed y'all the game plan. Some of y'all are showing your product too soon and not showing your expertise. Okay? So those that got that trade, that consulting education company trade, can you please do us a favor? In the cartel community, can you just like leave a comment, like a real legitimate comment of that the value that you got or you got from that trade. Those of you that don't have that trade, those of you that don't have the trade, you need to get access to it immediately. Inside of the trade, you're actually going to be learning. In case you don't know, I'm going to share my screen. You're going to learn how to set up your foundation. I do talk about it in terms of me being an insurance agent because that's where I was. So I can only teach y'all from the scope of where I was and how I evolved. So you just add your product when I talk about insurance. That's all that it is. Okay? I teach you how to build and create your entire curriculum. The curriculum that you build, you can turn into a class, you can turn into a book, you can turn it into a textbook, you can turn it into a podcast, you can monetize it in many different ways. But I teach you exactly how to build a curriculum from the scope or the vantage point of me being a licensed teacher. I teach you the art of high ticket sales, how to sell and how to offer your product at the price or the value that it's worth. I teach you how to attract clients organically. I teach you how to, Ignacio teaches you how to run Facebook ads to a T. You ain't got to outsource it. You literally learn how to master social media organically and also how to master it running your own Facebook ads that you can have beat a value for any product that you have. I teach you how to dominate Instagram, how to do your profiles, how to set up your videos, what apps to use, how to edit your videos, how to cut it, how to put it, how to place it. All of that I teach you on that IG domination. I teach you how to launch your company and your product. And you got a couple of weekly group group recorded sessions and calls. But that's like 50 something plus lessons over 48 hours of content and value that is there step by step, really teaching you this. So if y'all thought this information was tight, you thought this information is great, I got worksheets and PDFs, everything that go with that program for you to have. Okay, so if you already have that consulting education company trade, please just go to the chat inside the community and put a post about the value that you're receiving. We need to collect some testimonials of the value that you're receiving from that. And everybody, again, as always, I absolutely love teaching. As y'all can see, the well don't run empty. I got plenty of examples, plenty of trainings that's going to help you get to the next level. And then lastly, if you're using any other web builder, funnel builder, software for your online business, and you are not on bizcodebuilder.io, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Y'all know nothing about that, though. You should be going to bizcodebuilder.io. We have an all-in-one operation system that will literally help you take and transform your life and your business and automate a lot of the stuff that you struggle with. And if you struggle with technology, the implementation of technology, our team is just as thorough as me on business. We're teaching you how to make sure your business is efficient and operating right, okay? So I'm done with my little soapbox. If you guys got a lot of value, I appreciate that. I'm going to be back on another day. And I'm going to make sure I give value. Oh, and lastly, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, take your tail to my YouTube, Tayler Jacobs, and go subscribe to my YouTube. Woo! At the end, it's always like church announcements. Okay, Sister Victoria, am I done with the church announcements? Did I miss anything? Y'all also pray for Miss Beulah, okay? Miss Beulah, she going through a tough time. Y'all make sure y'all send her a sweet potato pie. No, I'm kidding. Ain't no Miss Beulah. I was just being funny. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Peace. All right. YouTube. Let me tell you something. That's how I go. Y'all got to see who I was talking to. I was actually talking to the cartel. So if you're not a part of the community that I was just talking to that can answer questions, I answer questions, I engage with. If you don't like me ignoring your comments, join our accountability, business coaching, and training community for $9.99 a month. Literally, 33 cents a day, you get absolute value and gain. So if you thought this information was good, people are selling this information for thousands of dollars, and I'm giving you the game for free. Why? Because either I want you on my software, my technology, or I want you in my community. I just want to be honest with you. And if you're using any other web builder, you're using any other software, operation system, anything, try our company first. bizcodebuilder.io. B-I-Z-C-O. Builder.io. Check us out. If you want accountability, coaching, and value that you want us to bring, go to familybankingcartel.com. www.familybankingcartel.com, or click the link below or wherever it's going to be, because I really still don't know how to work YouTube like that. But I'm coming to YouTube with fire. If y'all like long, valuable content that's not just short and barely give you information that you need, that's going to be me. If you want this information to be concise and short, where it's not, you kind of get information, but there's no execution point, this may not be the YouTube channel for you, because I'm a natural teacher. I like master classes. I like sessions. And I want to make sure that you got all the information that you need, so you're not lacking at anything, because too many people are giving this subpar, above water information and no implementation, no understanding, because they don't have it for themselves. So listen, I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe now, because the getting's only going to get better. And I got so much game inside of me I want to give you. So just make sure that you tap in, that you stay. All right? Peace.